back to our new video for our 2025 Temperature Sampler Blanket Crochet Along project. Today we're featuring the September stitch of the month, which is going to be the Slip Stitch Ridge Stitch. You might also have seen it called just the Slip Stitch, but I thought that was going to be confusing because Slip Stitch Pattern, not just a Slip Stitch Stitch. I found this pattern in the book Beginner's Guide, 19 Crochet Stitches and Easy Projects. I really like this one because I think it adds a flair that you don't see very often. It's easy, it's just not something that I think you would ever experience unless you were forced to, so I'm forcing you to. But before we begin, make sure to go grab your free September calendar stitch card over on my website, crochetwithtiffany.com. While you're there, check out the 2025 Temperature Blanket page where you can find both the right and left-handed video tutorials. So if you are a lefty, I've got you covered. Just go to my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, click on Crochet Alongs 2025 Temperature Blanket, and you're gonna see everything there, including blog posts, all the calendar stitch cards. It's just all organized over there and easy to find everything. And hey, if you are just seeing this project for the very first time, jump in. It is never too late to start. You can find all of the videos, including the setting up for the project video, here on my YouTube channel under playlists and 2025 Temperature Blanket, or you can just go to my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, find that whole Crochet Along 2025 Temperature Blanket. Everything that we have talked about for this project already is there. Again, there's nothing in the future. We're caught up. I don't reveal anything early. I'll make sure to put all the links that you need in the description section below. But before we get into the tutorial, I want to share something with you that has completely changed the whole way that I crochet the Volare pillow. If you have ever struggled with sore shoulders, sore neck, sore back, either upper or lower while you're crocheting, this pillow is seriously a lifesaver. Having the ability to just rest my elbows on the pillow. Now, if I weren't using the pillow, I'm gonna go straight into my regular stance, like no joke. I just fell right into it. Just C curve. I'm resting my elbow on my lap here for some support, which means I'm having to cave in to reach it. I'm creating this whole different posture, which is going to create so many aches and pains the longer that I am in this position. Look what happened. My elbows just sank into it and it stopped me. It stopped me from going any further, which meant that my back didn't do that C curve. It didn't bend, which means my neck didn't have to go like this, not having that pain. I was able to take the weight of this blanket and let my elbows sink into the pillow and absorb all that weight. I'm not kidding when I say this pillow really does help. Now, what I love about the Volare pillow is that it has a clasp on the back. So that way you put it on and it stays put. You don't have to keep readjusting and fussing with it, which is fantastic. My little ballerina thing. I sit back down, good to go. I don't have to reposition pillows. I don't have to make a whole thing. If you are somebody that needs a little bit more room, maybe this is not gonna work for you. The Volare pillow comes with an extender strap. Extender strap can connect to another extender strap and it extends. So if you need a little extra room, you still can wear it. Have a couple extender straps, one extender strap, so it'll stay put. You have somewhere to rest your elbows. Isn't that awesome? Well, I do have a link, my affiliate link, in the description section below. What that's gonna do is it's gonna tell them that I sent you, so that they know that I'm, have some value in this whole thing. Check out the Crafter Maker pillow, has the pockets, but they also have just a regular plain cover that you can check out. They have all these different colors. You've got to take a peek. And I hope you would definitely consider getting this pillow, especially if you're on the fence. It has made a world of difference for me and so many of my friends and people that I know, and I think it'll really help you as well. Thank you, Volare, for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and get to that tutorial. All right, so the very first thing that we want to do for our Slip Stitch Ridge Stitch is identify the right side and the wrong side of the project. We want to be looking at the wrong side of the project. So if you need to go further back in your blanket, find which side has the texture on it. The texture will be located on the right side. We want to be looking at the flat back side of the work to begin row 1 or September 1st of the Slip Stitch Ridge Stitch pattern. When you're ready to go ahead and create your slip knot, attach your crochet hook, slip stitch into the very first stitch to attach the yarn to the project, and then chain 1. So for September 1st, we're just going to make one single crochet stitch in every stitch all the way across. This is also a great opportunity for you to count your stitches to make sure you're still on track. We want 212 stitches in your row. Great, for round 2, I'm actually going to change the color of my yarn so that way I can demonstrate what you're doing better. It's easier for you to see what I'm doing, where I'm placing my crochet hook. Grab the color that represents the temperature for September 2nd, but before we actually place our crochet hook in any stitch, I'm going up a crochet hook size. This slip stitch ridge stitch is known to work up really tight and to help make the sides of our work straight or make the stitch not radically affect the sides of our work. If you know that you crochet with a tight tension, go up a crochet hook size for the month of September. That's what I'm going to be doing. If you want to keep with your same crochet hook, that's totally cool too. Slip stitch into the very first stitch to attach the yarn to the project, then chain 1. Now I want you to turn your work so you see the V stitches. I want you to see those V stitches. For row 2, we are going to be working a slip stitch in the front loop only. We will be entering our crochet hook from the front inward, like I'm showing with this yarn needle right here. So we will insert a crochet hook from the front inward to the center of that V stitch. The very first stitch is a little hard to see because we slip stitched into that stitch to attach the yarn to the project. It pinches the V-stitch closed a little bit. So when you are working up row 2 or the row 2 repeat, be very careful not to miss the very first stitch. Just a quick reminder, please, please, please crochet on the looser side, especially with the slip stitch. The slip stitch, everything about it naturally makes it easy for everything to be tighter. Working with a looser stitch is going to help tremendously moving forward for the next row that we're going to be working. And so that way you're not pinching stitches. And this is all we are doing for row 2, slip stitching in the front loop only. Go ahead and work this all the way across, and I will meet you at the end of row 2 to show you what we're going to do for row 3. While I've got you, I do want to ask you a question. What temperature range and color has really dominated your blanket this summer? Let me know in the comments below. I love to see how everyone's blanket looks so unique depending on where you live. All right, wrapping up row 2 right here. Great, awesome. Okay, for row 3, I'm changing colors so it's easier for you to see what I'm doing, going back and forth with these colors. If your September 3rd temperature is the same color as September 2nd, you will just chain 1 and turn your work. So here I'm going to tie off the project, the row, turn my work, again going with the rhythm of the pattern. I finished this row, so turning my whole project, turning the work. Now you can see this whole line of that left behind back loop only that we didn't touch from row 1. All right, so row 2 left this one loop out. It left it alone. So we're actually going to be working a single crochet stitch into each of these left behind loops. Another way to find it, identify it in case it's a little hard for you to see on your own project, is find the line of the color that was the slip stitch color, and it should be the line of loops just below that. If you'd prefer, you can bounce between crochet hooks. You can work the single crochet rows with the regular crochet hook size that you've worked with the rest of your project, and just go up a crochet hook size for your slip stitch rows, or you can just keep using the same crochet hook throughout the month of September. Slip stitch into that first back loop only that was left behind to attach the yarn to the project. Chain 1 and single crochet into each of those loops all the way across. That's all we're doing, just picking up that one loop that was left behind. If it's easier for you, you can always fold that row 2 repeat forward, and when you do that, those loops really pop out and they become easier to see. Another great opportunity for you to count your stitches. Okay, so now that you've seen the slip stitch ridge stitch in action, I've got another question for you. What has been your favorite stitch in this project so far? Drop your answer in the comment section below because I'm curious to see which stitches have been the most fun for you. At the end of row 3 here, look at your calendar. Is September 4th going to be using the same temperature, same color that you used for September 3rd, or are you changing? So if you are using the same exact color, all you're going to do is chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to be slip stitching into the front loop only of every stitch all the way across. That's it. However, if you are changing colors because maybe September 4th falls into a different color range, then you will just tie off your work, slip stitch into the very first stitch, chain 1, and then slip stitch in the front loop only of every stitch all the way across. Don't forget to be very cautious, careful of that very first stitch. And this is what it looks like. Isn't that front texture so cool how it just pops those V-stitches forward? It almost has this knit look to it, which is really neat, very cool. And that's it, guys. All we're doing is repeating row 2 and row 3 over and over again for the month of September. The row 2 repeat is going to be that slip stitch in the front loop only, and the row 3 repeat is going to be the single crochet stitch in that left behind back loop only from the previous row. I hope that you enjoy the stitch. I hope you have a lot of fun. I hope it inspires you. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I walk you through how to make beautiful crochet projects every step of the way like we're best friends, just sitting next to each other, crocheting together. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I can't wait to see your September rows come to life. I hope you love this stitch and have so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.